In this video, we're going to take a look at how to apply some actions to a slide element that, when used, will advance the learner within the Viewlet. In this particular example, you'll notice we have an interactive button set up over here. We also have a pause zone on this slide. What this means is when the learner starts this Viewlet, the Viewlet will pause, forcing the learner to do something such as click the continue button in order to progress through the Viewlet. Now, in order to set this up, we're going to select the button. Then we're going to open up the button events dialog. We have an on-click event available to us, so let's go ahead and open up the actions window. In this particular example, we're going to look at two different actions that are often confused by Viewlet authors. So we'll take a look at each one to clear up some of the confusion, and then you can play around with them on your own. The two different actions we will be looking at will be the Goto Slide action, which will send the viewer, if they click the continue button in this example, to a specific slide. We'll look at that one last. The other action we're going to look at right now is the Move to Slide action. The Move to Slide action will allow you to have the learner progress in a forward motion or a backward motion. In this example, we're going to go ahead and have the learner move forward one slide. So when they click the continue button, they'll progress one slide, in this case to the second slide of the Viewlet, though I could have them progress to as many that are within the project itself. So again, the action will be Move to Slide. It will move forward one slide, so we'll go ahead and click this. Now you'll notice that the action does say move forward one slide. So we'll go ahead and click that and say OK. So if we go ahead and let's save our project. Again, you can save this wherever you want. For our example, we're just going to do it for expediency and save it to the desktop. So we'll call this one Training 101. And we'll go ahead and save it. Now let's preview this in a browser to see how this might work. We'll preview this in a browser. And there's our continue button. We're paused on this particular slide. So let's go ahead and click continue. And of course it does progress to the next slide there, and then it plays through. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of the browser. Now, what happens if you use the other action? What might occur? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at that. So if we click the continue button to select it here, let's go back into the button events dialog. And this time, instead of using the move forward one slide button, let's go ahead and edit this action, and then we'll choose the Goto Slide action. And this time we'll tell it to go to slide 2, which is essentially the same thing. We'll click OK. We'll click OK. We'll save our particular project, and then let's go ahead and preview it in a browser again. And essentially it looks like it's going to be the same action, that when we get to that slide it will pause, we click continue, and then it does move forward. Now, if you remember previously I said, well, these two actions often get confused. And there is a reason why I said that. Let's say, for example, we keep the action we just applied, the Goto Slide action, on that button, but we take the second slide at any point and let's move it to a different location. Let's say we move it over here to the third slide. Now, essentially, the Goto action should still go to slide 2, which will now be this particular slide here with the letter C on it. But let's go ahead and preview this in a browser and actually see what happens. So here we are. We're going to be back in the browser here. And if we click the continue button, you'll notice that it jumped to the slide that had the letter B on it. And that's where the confusion occurs, and it's easy to see. If we select continue, let's go in here, let's take a look at the event, and you'll notice here that it's now going to slide 3. Now this is the reason why this happens. When you use the Goto Slide action and you specifically tell it to go to a specific slide, at any point if you move the slide where it's going to, or the destination slide, to a different location within your series of slides, Viewlet Builder is intuitive and will update the Goto Slide action accordingly. So that's the difference between those two actions. So if you want the viewlet to always just move forward or backward or whatever, one or two or however many slides, in this example, if you just want it to always move forward one slide, no matter what slide is in that second position, do not use the Goto Slide action. Change it back to the move to slide, set the other options appropriately, and then no matter what slide is in that second position, it will always move forward one slide. However, if you needed to go to a specific slide within the viewlet, then of course you want to go ahead and use the Goto Slide action, choose the appropriate slide from the list, and keep in mind anytime you change the position of the selected destination slide within all of the slides in your project, Viewlet Builder will intuitively update that slide so it will always be going to that specific slide that you selected. So that's all there is to it. Go ahead and play around with these two actions yourself, see how they work, and then the next time you use them, you won't run into any confusion. If you have any questions about this particular topic or any others while working with Qarbon's products and services, please visit us online at www.qarbon.com. Happy viewletting!